Dr. Michael Ashimashiga, the chairman, Moringa Productions, Marketers and Farmers Welfare and Empowerment Association of Nigeria, and also the CEO, Eden Pharmaceuticals and Drugs Production Limited, and also Eden Moringa Productions and Marketers Limited, beside other arms of the companies that are attached together. Yes, we are here today. You know, sometimes when we have or we share our publication, all that we are after is for the president, which I am aware too well, that the entire nation is not at peace. And then whatsoever that affected Nigerian have affected me. Whatsoever that has been the problem of Nigeria, even if it doesn't disturb the president, it must disturb me. Why? Because I'm part of Nigeria and God have given me a way and told me that this is what you must do. The country will not support it. Nigerian government will not support it. But fight on, they will definitely, because they will have nowhere. God told me clearly, Nigeria is going nowhere. And when we said in 2013 that we gave Nigerian government 10 years to solve unemployment problem, poverty, and the health challenges without Moringa, let's see how far they can go. A lot of them, so many administration, about 4 different administrations, they challenge it and they go out leaving Nigeria in more problem. Today, we are having more because the little ones that can sustain even the individuals or citizens have been taken away. So there is no how. I want to use this medium to advise the security agencies, Nigerian armed forces, both the police, the soldier, the air force, and all of them. What you are doing, we have simple way to make Nigerian security agents to be appreciated or to be recognized all over the world. We have a simple way. What is that simple way? We have spent our years, at least in my business life, if it comes to in terms of maybe academic, or maybe let me say it, if it comes to maybe working as a government officer, I would have been in a high-ranking officer. But notwithstanding, we spent our years and we spent our time on research. We did it purposely because God have told us that Nigerian is going nowhere. Some people believe in God, some don't even believe in God. Leave it as that is the God talking to me, not you. And I am talking to you as a brother or as a sister or as a Nigerian who have seen ahead of you. Because whatsoever you have seen, I think your own is lesser than what have been revealed to me. You can be the president. God will leave you and speak to me as a small boy to tell you that if you don't do this, you are wasting your time and you can waste your resources. Let's come back to business. We are after business. Let's take it as a clear business. Some people say Nigerian government are not into business. Who told you? Is NNPC not a business ground? Nigerian Railway Corporation, are they not businesses? Let's list all the government agencies and the rest of them that are into businesses. Internal revenue, are they not into business? Are they not collecting money and then paying back or giving to the government? These are taxes. Why are they collecting taxes if they are not businesses? Why I am saying this is because I have a very simple way, and I've said it very clear. Tell me, my brother, let's go to when we talk of Moringa, and I always tell people that the government, you can spend, if you spend 1 billion naira or 1 trillion naira, and every year, every time you kept budgeting, you kept borrowing to finance your budget, you kept borrowing to fund your budget, and then those money that you have borrowed, what are they adding to the economy? What am I benefiting as an individual or as a citizen of Nigeria? What am I benefiting from NNPC, from the crude oil? You will tell me that you are paying salaries. Leave that aside. Let's take it at that salary. You will tell me that you are building roads. Leave that aside. Most people, I know some platforms and the rest of them, we kept arguing regarding all the subsidy removal, free money to students, that is borrowing student money. You refuse to borrow the private sectors, the industry and the farmers who are generating the food for your consumption. You refuse to give them the money. You say you are borrowing money to the student. The students that have been, all the students that have graduated, have you provided any job for them? The industry that are supposed to be in funding or maybe engaging or employing this youth, all these graduates, all the industries have closed down due to high cost of, if not because of God, I will shut this place down. If I shut it down, I have over 30 staffs of about over 40 staffs in the factory here. Every day they are working. And at least they are making their money. If I shut it down, it affected them. I have millions of Moringa farmers that are bringing raw material and we are taking and we are buying. And then you on your own as a government, a reasonable government that needed to see and fund basic or maybe necessary all these industries that are supposed to produce, and then you export or produce, you eat, and you generate money from it. Let's take some example. This is one tree. As a government, I told the federal government, you can see this. We supported it with this, but let's come to one-on-one business. Let's come to 1 + 1 = 2. This is a plant I spent maybe 200 naira or 500 naira or 1,000 naira. Let's take an example. I spent 2,000 naira in maintaining this tree when I planted it. There is no single month that I will harvest leaf, not less than that this tree will give me less than 500 naira. That is the worst that I said I can make on monthly basis from this tree. And then I have told you, I said, this is what we will now cultivate, harvest, bring to the factory. We extract this. This is the seed of this tree. You can see the seed. From the seed, this is the oil, the 100% Moringa oil. Eden Moringa oil, 100%. This is 1 liter. This 1 liter is equivalent to 1 barrel of crude oil that Nigerian is exploring every day, which the money, no citizen have been seeing the money. You say you are borrowing the student's loan, or you said you are funding, or you say subsidy. Who in Nigeria have subsidy help? If subsidy help one person, 1 million people are suffering from subsidy, which I am part of the more than 1 million. If one person is benefiting from subsidy, 1 million people are suffering from subsidy. So let's know how many people the subsidy is helping, and let's know how many people the subsidy have frustrated and closed down their businesses. So this one is 100,000 naira plus. A barrel of crude oil, how much is it? It's about 110 or 100. This is 400,000 naira. 100% not adulterated. We fought before we got to this level. This is where when our former president's wife, Her Excellency Ashimashiga, when she said they send people out of the country to go and extract, to know how to do this. Meanwhile, you have everything on ground here, you refuse to do it. So leave that aside. This is after extracting this. This is the cake. This is the Moringa cake. After extracting this Moringa cake, these are all health-related products that is going for pharmaceutical or pharmaceutical industry are using for either all this control of all these antiviral, anti-infections, all those antibacterial, fungi, and the rest. You can't just name all the diseases. These are things that are used to control it. Then after this, let's come to this. These are the capsules. You know, we have one extraction level to another. These are the capsules. You can see them here now. This is the Moringa. This is the extract that we have done to this level. Then leave this other one aside. You come to the powder. After we have gotten the powder, 100% organic. And then these are the tea. The quartz part of it, that is what is going for tea. You can see from one level to another. The waste product of this is the fertilizer. This is the fertilizer. These are part of this in production. These are the fertilizer. Moringa organic fertilizer. Which we use this, we say, at bad as it is. Bring any fertilizer from all over the world and see to challenge or to compete with this one. This is it. We tell you, use the worst. Bring the best fertilizer all over the world. Chemical fertilizer, and challenge this one. Moringa organic fertilizer. This is how simple it is. And then we have told you that there is no how. Let's come to another set of business. That you said Nigerians, it's not only Moringa Nigeria is exporting. We are exporting cocoa and the rest of them. Let's talk one-on-one as Nigerians and as brothers, as sisters, as those who have Nigerian at heart. How many products can Nigerian, how many grains have Nigerian exported out of this country? Leave paper politics. I can go to exchange or maybe export a trade listing and lodge a paper that I can export 1 billion tons of grains or or I'm exporting and it will be recorded that Nigerian have exported so billions of tons. To where? Who in the world is taking Nigerian product because of chemical? The cocoa we are bragging of very soon. let me tell you, even the cocoa farmers, if you can't turn back to Moringa fertilizer, let me bet you, I'm telling you, very soon they will show, you will realize that they won't take Moringa again. These are clear sources of what we have information. These are reliable information that is going on. Because we have used chemical, either applying chemical fertilizer to cocoa, applying chemical fertilizer to everything, and then you want to export it. They told you there that they are not after this chemical. They can bring the synthetic fertilizer, the product of the synthetic, the chemicals to you, for you to use for yourself, not for you to produce and send to them. And now we are now working on what we are sending our things out. We are working on funding farmers. We are guaranteeing farmers all over the world. Why are we doing that? Is because we want to fund, we are giving them our product. This is a fertilizer. We are giving them our fertilizer. From a fertilizer, whatsoever you have harvested, you have cultivated and harvested, we are off taking it because of its 100% organic nature. And then everywhere in the world, we are presenting that to them. We have our people in World Trade Center. What is Nigerian even presenting in the World Trade Center that Nigerians are selling? So sometimes when you look at the entire sector, you begin to wonder, coming back to agriculture fully, if there is any agencies, as I kept saying, in Nigeria that's supposed to have the highest budget, is agriculture. And if there are problems everywhere, when you see all this insecurity that is happening, it's as a result of the failure of the Ministry of Agric or proper funding of the Ministry of Agric that leads to all these bandits, Boko Haram, and the rest of them. Let's come to critical or clear analysis. Go to the far north. Their major occupations, we in the north, are farming. We are into farming. And then this synthetic fertilizer that we're bringing, that the government have helped giving to us, have killed our land. And then not only kill our land, what I have planted or apply synthetic fertilizer today, I should know that very sure by next year, I will bring more than what I have put this year in order to give me what I have gotten this year in that same land that I have applied synthetic fertilizer. And the land is not appreciating, the land is depreciating on a daily basis. The soil content or soil components are losing and dying every day as we apply those synthetic fertilizer. So let's come to business. With what I have shown to you now, this is not a machine alone that is planting this. It's not a machine that is coming harvesting this to remove all the leaves and the rest of them. So with this now, how many people are engaged in applying, managing these farms, harvesting, then extracting, sending to us for us to package, for us to do our normal extractions, package, and then export, or to even share, or to give out for other pharmaceutical productions? How many people are engaged on that line? So you will tell me that I am talking, I don't have sense, or I don't know what I'm doing. When God told me that Nigerians is going nowhere, most people say it's lying. Let me tell you the truth. It's Nigerian that is lying. I still give Nigerian government the next 10 years to come. Let's see whether they can solve the unemployment, they can solve the insecurity that is increasing every day. There is no governor in Nigeria today that will not come out and talk about insecurity. Every day, open the news, read newspapers and the rest of them. They kill 20 here, they kill 5 there, they kill 50 there, they kill. These are all people that government himself have taken their businesses out of their hands. How? By refusing to give them the inputs that they needed in the farm. That is very clear. You ask me, say how? Let me be called for interview and let's talk one-on-one as reasonable people, as people that have Nigerian at heart. Let's see what are the causes of all this. One, either because of political reasons. Let me force these people to go down so that they can have no option than to believe and vote me. Two, another one will come and say, okay, let me dash this man 1 naira after he have suffered. Let me dash him 1 naira in order for him to believe in me that I am the one that helped him out. Meanwhile, the 1 naira you have given to him cannot sustain him. How much have you given to him? It can't sustain him. The business that he's into, you have pursued him out of the business. How? By refusing to fund that business. And then that same person have turned to become a bandit or a Boko Haram or a kidnapper that we are talking that you will fight. Do you know that refusing to fund one farmer, a family man, a farmer that is cultivating either maize, guinea corn, or other millet and the rest of them, or cocoa and the rest of them? The federal government knows that refusing to fund one person, you have employed about 5 bandits or Boko Haram or kidnappers from that family. Some of us come and ask me how. This is very clear. This person, his occupation, his major source of income is the farming. And then he have 5 children, he have 20 children, or he have 2 children or 3 children. Then by refusing to take care of those children using the resources that they have generated from the farm, you have now deprived him of sponsoring the children or making the children to respect him. Now these children have now become, because they will leave, even the education, they won't be able to go. In the educational system that we are talking, that we are even giving loan to farmers, to students. If a reasonable person, you refuse to give loan to industry, to fund industry, and then you are carrying money given to students, which their parents, you refuse to give them money to cultivate and then harvest and then fund them. Now you say you are giving, how many students can you give them loan? How long will they finish and graduate? The loan that you've packaged, one loan program for farmers, this loan program alone is enough to help and solve these students, solve everybody, the economy and the rest of it. Look at Dubai supplying, let me say, the other countries with grains. Come to terms to it. I know Dubai. I've been going to. I know Dubai as it's not a rent area, or how do I call it? It's a desert land, and I know Saudi Arabia and the rest of them, even Israel. These are lands that highest maybe once or twice a year or 3 times a year they receive rain. That rain cannot plant a tree. So these people generate water from the river or from the Atlantic Ocean in order to see how they can now cultivate. And now they are the ones supplying grains to you people. Is it not a shame? You that have a full season of rainy season, that God have said, let this rain pour on this life. Let them coordinate themselves, plant this tree, and this is what you on monthly basis. Let's leave other grains aside. This is, let's talk about Moringa for now. Moringa is one plant that every month is generating, but let's say 500,000 naira. 500 naira. So if you have, for example, as a government, come up and says, okay, we know that giving farmers loan is a problem. Who is ready to stand as a guarantee to take that loan? You can only have a reliable agencies, have a reliable and maybe a successful research organizations that has spent its years on doing that, knows how to coordinate the farmers, set up the cluster bases and the rest of them, and say, okay, you farmer, we are giving you this input. It's in this land. We are not giving you to go anywhere. When it's time for you to plant this, we are giving you this for you to plant here. We are coordinating this in all the zones and all the states and all the local governments. By doing this, this is what is coming. So each land, for example, let's have about 3 million youth or 5 million youth in Nigeria. How much does it cost to fund 1 hectare of Moringa? It's about 3 point something million naira. Let's say about 3.5 or 3.7 3,750,000 naira. When you spend 3,750,000 naira to cultivate or to manage, that it means the farmer is eating from it. When he's weeding, he's also benefiting from it. If he transports to the farm, he's also benefiting from it. From the 4th month, 4 months, only 4 months of planting, this man will start harvesting from this plant that he has planted. And then he's supplying back to the factory. The factory is now assuring other pharmaceutical industries and other food processing industry that yes, we have the capacity to supply you full raw material now, because this is business. And then you, as a government that have sponsored this is what is coming to you. Let's take an example. You spent about 2 point something billion naira or trillion naira for let me say 774,000 hectares of land. When you calculate 774 hectares of land, at the end, from the 4th month of spending this money, every month for the lifetime of such administration or citizen that they have sponsored, each and every month they are generating about 880 something or 850 billion naira to the economy. When you have 3 point something million people with 774,000 hectares, that means 1,000 per a local government in Nigeria. Then at the end of the year, at the end of the month, you are generating about 8 point something. When you multiply by a year, about 9 point something trillion naira. How much is the budget of the country as it is? Then you borrowed money. Instead of you to borrow this money and say, okay, let's work on this project. Even if somebody is lying for about 15 to 16 years or 18 years now, at least you're supposed to arrest him for being a liar, for not giving you the truth situation or the truth background of what he's doing. So every day we keep giving this analysis. Why? Because we want our nation, we want Nigeria as a country to be self-sufficient even if you are borrowing, not borrowing to fund railway, that the railway, at the end of the day, the railway itself that you funded it, cannot, what is generating there, cannot even pay the salary of the staffs. Not to talk of paying the loans that you have engaged them to borrow and then fund the railway. Okay, let's come to the road. You borrow to build roads, or you borrow to build infrastructures or government facilities and the rest of them. What businesses? Or you borrow to establish or to rebuild refineries and the rest of them. How much is the refinery benefiting? How much am I benefiting from the refinery? I am paying higher. Let's come to businesses. On my own, as a small businessman, I am spending times 5 of what I used, times 10 of what I used to spend on telecommunication because of government policies or because of subsidy that they are talking about. I'm spending times 10 on the oil or fuel that I'm using. I'm spending times 10 in diesel that I've been using on my production. I'm spending times 10 in everything I'm doing now. Then tell me, what is my benefit from what the government are collecting this money from me, directly or indirectly? Let's talk one-on-one, as let's see how we can help and manage and see how we can put this country to order. You are talking of insecurity. How everybody, each governor, every day now, some people were arguing with some groups some few days ago. Some are saying that, oh, they have given governors all the over 500, how many billion, they have increased their federal allocation. You have increased federal allocation, and every day the insecurity is increasing. So where is the money going? For example, now, let's know exactly where the money is going. You say you are giving me 500, and I can't account for people that have engaged, using that money to be engaged, to engage. Then who is fooling who? My brother, please, let's see how we can see to solve this national disgrace. It's a big shame. If it is not a shame to the national presidency, the governors, the senators, the ministers, and the rest of them, if it is not a shame to them, then it should be a shame to me. To some people, they will always, when we sit down, they will say, they say our president no get shame. They say our senators no get shame. They say our ministers no get shame. They say our governors no get shame. Every of them, they will just carry, they will know what one thing or the other to talk. They are not engaging the right people. They are not engaging people to do the work. Then this increase of insecurity, how do you think you can solve it without this simple analysis or without this simple formula that I have given? So let's come to these other products also. As I've said, these are products that hundreds of people, hundreds of thousands of people are cultivating and bringing to here. The 1 naira I'm making, I'm giving the 1 naira back to them. And after producing, buying all this raw material from them, I still use the raw material, I produce the waste, I give it back to them for them to cultivate their farm. And now from their farm, the yield is better than synthetic fertilizer that you are giving to them. The yield is more better, fast growing. It draws the maturity of those plants closer than the one that the synthetic fertilizer is doing. So why are we killing ourselves in this country? It's just like the government carry gun and say, oh, this industry or this pharmaceutical industry or this company that is producing this, I close it down by using either political guns in closing down the factory, pursuing everybody out of work. Those are the kind of things that we are talking. They have shut down all industries in Nigeria. Mention one successful industry that is working, that government have put in their funds, and then they are brag. They can stand today and call out and say, oh, Nigerian youth, this is where we have put our money. Come there, they will employ you, and this is your salary. Let me know one, at least. Let's know one. Not to talk too much. These are just few that I wish to give for now. What am I trying to say? I am telling the government, you fund one project, you solve your insecurity, you solve your poverty, you solve your economic problems. Those are the major things that you have solved. Then refusing to fund it, you have increased your economic problems, you have increased more trouble to yourself, you have increased more bandits to yourself, you have increased more kidnappers to yourself, you have increased more armed robbers and the rest of them to yourself. That is how Nigerian is today. By refusing to fund what we said, I have asked each one and at every time, come and challenge me. Come and prove me wrong. That is what I'm waiting for. Let the government look into this. I am not here to challenge the president and tell the president that the president can do it. You can only be successful when you turn back and say, oh, let me give this product or this program a trial, even at worst case scenario. Eh? Who is the head? Or who are those managing the fund, managing the project? Come, we are holding you ransom. Sign a deal. Let me tell you, 1 year is enough to hear that insecurity tensions have dropped down in Nigeria. 1 year is enough to hear that the economy of this country have changed. 1 year is enough to be bragged, that the president will brag that yes, I have funded so agricultural program. And then this agricultural program, at the end of the 1 year, they were able to pay me back what I borrowed them. You are not giving the money as a free gift. We don't even need any government money as free gift. Give us, say, this is the loan that we are giving for you to establish this, and then to be sure of your raw material base, and let's see what you can do. Then you will see that, yes, you will be the next and the major president that the whole world will recognize that, yes, this is somebody that God has brought, and he have used this project, he have empowered. Everywhere you go around the world, they will see that people are planting these trees, people are planting that tree, people are harvesting from there every month for lifetime. They are making their income. You have changed the history, but you will regret not doing this out of your office. So not to talk too much, giving you the best, wishing my president a successful hearing time, or those or his social media handlers. Share this, tell the president he wants to make history, then he should revive back to agriculture. Revert back to agriculture. He wants to make history and he wants to make his name. Let wherever they call his name, not only people that have collected 1 Naira and 1,000 suffering. The 1,000 will definitely, there is nowhere you will mention a president that an unreasonable person will not abuse you. That is within us in the country here. So if he turned back in doing good, what will stop people to praise him? What will stop people to appreciate and to lift his name and to lift his hand up? So we wish our president a better listening time, and all the governors. As I've said earlier, one governor alone in Nigeria is enough to employ all the unemployed youth in Nigeria. Somebody will say, how comes? It's very simple. So when you are coming, you know, sometimes when we talk, people will say, there is billions of Naira in this project. Let's see how we can do away with the idea, or let's see how we can take the idea and then do it. Let me tell you, we have 1001% abandoned project in Nigeria that the visionaries have been taken away. The people that initiated that program they deprived them monitoring the program, and then at the end the program have become an abandoned project. Since Obasanjo up to now, there are programs that since Abacha up to now is called abandoned project. So this one is not an abandoned project. Moringa can never be an abandoned project. It's a project that is standing for life, as God have shown very clear. So we will continue to move in it. We'll continue to work in it. We'll continue to educate Nigerians and to tell Nigerians that, yes, we are here to give you the best. As our product will start moving, as the product is moving out, we can continue to increase the volume of what we are taking out every day, every month, every year. How are we going to do it? By continuing encouraging our farmers. We will bear the shame, we will bear the fight, we will bear the abuses, we will bear the attack for now. Because of what? We have seen the future from before we even start. We have seen how it's going to end before we start. So it's not a new thing, it's not an old thing, but it's something that is old, new, and even yet to come. So this is what we are featuring in our lives. This is what we are advocating for. This is what we are telling the government. This is what we are telling the governors. We are telling everybody in Nigeria that we will continue to waste our time and have more security problem by refusing to come back to agriculture. To come back, not only agriculture. So many agricultural programs have failed. We are telling you Moringa. With Moringa, every other agricultural program will be revived, because this is the only salt that will now nourish the soil. The soil have been poisoned. All Nigerian soil have been poisoned, but this is the product that will neutralize all those poisons of chemicals that have been sprayed on the land. When you say it's a lie, try it and prove us wrong. These are very simple facts. Wishing you all the best, giving you more better time as we continue to progress, as we continue to move on. We won't stop fighting and we won't stop talking. We'll continue to talk until we get it done. We'll continue to talk until the government here. Some will say government have no business here. The government have every business here, whether they like it or not. It's by force. When somebody say by force, I say yes, it's by force. It's by force. My government must listen to this program. My government, because I want them succeeding. So my government, if they want to succeed, then we are ready, we are welcoming them. So sometimes when you fight, before they will realize that yes, we are ready to do. When you don't fight, you know, that is it. So we are not fighting using gun. We are fighting using Moringa. As you can see them, we are fighting using them in order to make sure that we win the greater and the better war for the betterment of Nigeria. More grace and strength to you. Goodbye.